All of us at some point in our life have to figure out how to deal with the loss of a loved one. Ron Shelledy is with me today at Live on Purpose TV to share some of his experience with this. Take a listen. So, folks, I want to introduce you to my friend Ron Shelledy. Ron is the founder and producer of the YouTube channel Wolf Boy and Chewiener, which you can link to here in the description. Ron, there's two reasons why you get to join me at Live on Purpose TV today. And one is I think you're doing some fun stuff on YouTube, and so we want to send people over to check you out there. Introduce us to your friend there.
This is Ruger. Say hi, Ruger. He's Arctic Wolf and Timberwolf, and he's my best friend. He was the one that was there for me when I wasn't there for myself.
And that's the other reason why I wanted to make sure that we had a chat today, because you've discovered at least two things that we've talked about before. You've been on my podcast, Live on Purpose Radio.
Right.
And we were talking about dealing with loss and how you recover or how you heal from loss. You made two, I think, really important points about connecting with people and using pets as an emotional support in a transition, maybe to get you to that point. Can you just talk about both of those briefly for our subscribers today?
Sure. I'm going to start with the pets first because it's really the lead into the other for me. My dog here, my wolf guy, was the person that never judged me. I could say anything to him, and things that I would be embarrassed to say to family and friends, I could say to him, and he would never make fun of me, never think that I was weak because if I was crying when I said it. Yeah. So there was a lot of issues that I would never, even today, I wouldn't breach them with a human being, just because of who I am, that I can breach with him at any time because he's never going to judge me, ever. He just loves me, period.
Right.
So he was a good transition to that because of that, what I just stated. And then, the other thing is that talking to people, that is huge. He led me to where I actually started to talk to people. And I spent my first almost 2 years not talking to people. And that really harmed me because I still suffer from some depression issues that are related to not dealing with the loss in a timely manner.
Now, Ron, just to give some context to our viewers, this was following the death of your wife, Lisa, which has been about 3 years ago now, I think.
She died on Halloween 3 years ago.
Yeah. So, and that's important context. Without knowing the whole story, I think this is a significant loss. And so, as you're talking about how that impacted you, this was a life-altering loss for you.
Oh yeah, it was huge.
Yeah,
complete turnaround for my entire life. Nothing is the same. My priorities are completely different. I gave away almost all of my previous possessions. I didn't care. I had all these collections of stuff that they mattered then. But today, who cares? Yeah. It's not about the stuff. It's about the people.
Changes your whole perspective, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, you're doing some fun things on your channel to help people connect with their pets, and you're sharing tips and tricks and training, and you keep it light and fun. Positivity is an important thing for you.
It's huge for me. Everything we do is light. Even when we're talking about a heavy subject like a lot of people will have a big dog and a little dog, and they'll treat the big dog differently than they treat the little dog. And the little dog doesn't get the training that the big dog does, and so, you've got an untrained little dog, they're more likely to run out in traffic and get ran over and injured. And you've got to treat them the same. Being able to talk to my dog and cry in his fur and make him a salty dog. I was able to get through some of the issues that I wouldn't have been able to deal with other people just because of embarrassment and, my pride, really. Because even in my darkest moments, I was still a very prideful person, which is something I've actually lost now. It's a choice.
You've lost the pride?
Yeah, I threw it out the window. It did not serve me whatsoever.
Yeah.
So now we, our stuff that we do is just goofy. You can laugh at me all you want to. I'll laugh with you, But the thing is, getting through that, it was a transitional event for me because it got me past some of the issues, like I say, that I would not have been able to breach with people.
Right.
And then once I started to talk to people again, because I isolated myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to talk to people was huge. And I had to kind of work my way into it because I'd pretty much made myself a shut-in. And so when I started to reach out, I've done more healing in the last year than I did in the last 2 years previous, just because I started to bring people back into my life and I started to reach out to people. And that's why we do Wolf Boy and Chewiener. It's all lighthearted. It's my outlet to just be silly, be a part of the world again, and just have fun. And go ahead.
Well, thank you, Ron, for sharing that. This is like a behind the scenes look at Wolf Boy and Chewiener.
Right.
We've got a little bit of the history there. Thank you for sharing your experience. As we deal with these losses, pets can be such a powerful assistant, a partner to get us through the hard times. And then, like you said, reaching out from there to connect to people, and we can help to carry this burden together. Thank you for sharing that today.
Yeah. Well, it was huge because when, having that pet there, he was a transition because the issues that I dealt with him that I would not have been able to breach with people were dealt with. I mean, it took a while because obviously the dog doesn't talk back, but it allowed me to kind of sort my brain out as to what I want to talk to other people about. And when I started to talk to other people, that's when I really started to emotionally heal.
Right.
That's when I stopped crying on a daily basis. It got to be less and less and less the more I shared with other people, and they were able to then, say, hey, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel these losses that I was feeling because I was so isolated that I didn't deal with them.
Right.
And so like I say, over the last year, I've started to deal with those issues, and that's when the healing occurred in reality.
Yeah.
It's when I started to talk to people. So, I mean, we're people. We're all people. We need to talk to each other. We need to help each other. Stay positive, stay up and happy. Don't let bad memories, don't let bad people bring you down. There's some people who were in my life then who aren't in my life now because of their negativity. Because when I'm around negative people or negative, negative news broadcasts even can cause me to spiral. So if it's negative, I tune it out. I tune away from it. And if it's a negative person, I don't associate with them anymore.
So we got 3 P's here. And I love this because I do P alliterations all the time. We got positivity, pets, and people.
All huge. All huge.
You nailed it, Ron. Thanks for sharing that today.
Thanks for having me.
Obviously, pets can play an important role, and our connection with other important people in our life is also a real key. Share this episode with someone who could use it.